Sabres win last night, beating Edmonton at KeyBank Center to kick off a little homestand here. And on Tuesdays at 8 a.m., we usually check in with Buffalo Sabres head coach Lindy Ruff, who joins us on the Western Hotline. Lindy, good morning. It's Jeremy and Joe. Congratulations on, would you call it the most complete win of the season last night?
I would. I thought from start to finish it was a game that our club played well in all three zones, and we defended well, against a couple of top order lines that can create quite a bit. And I thought our discipline for, staying away from giving Edmonton too many power plays was real good again, too. So, yeah, really from start to finish, I liked our game.
You've had a little bit of a boost here from some of the younger kids. Noah Ostlund gets his first multi-goal game. How about the contributions, him and Isaac Rosen as well? Like, what have you felt from them, not just on the ice, but is there an added benefit of a little bit of a fresh blood, like just new exuberance? Is that going too far?
Well, I think when you look at the amount of forwards we got out from, you got Zucker and Norris and Benson and Danforth. We've got and Kulik, that's 5 forwards you have out of the lineup, and we've needed a boost. And I think the more these two young guys have played, the better they've looked. I thought a couple games on the road trip, they really had good games. I think a lot of times with young guys it could be a little bit of up and down, but I thought last night, good performance, real nice power play goal out of Ostlund, and then coming off that face-off where he worked his way around the net, and Malenstein did a great job screening the goaltender, found a hole. 2 real big goals for us, and I think both guys have scored some timely goals and have helped us produce some offense with the absence of a lot of key players.
Would you almost say you're some of the guys returning maybe on the horizon, seeing some of the guys that returned to practice yesterday that, I don't know, Lindy, excited about maybe having to make tough decisions again with the forward group when guys return? Because for the most part this year it's just been, calling guys up and whoever's available.
Yeah, no, it really has been. It will be nice to get guys back in the lineup. I think you don't want to make excuses, but there's been a lot of bodies out, and there's been a lot of moving pieces. I think the guy that looks like he's the closest would be Zucker. He was in morning skate yesterday. Norris was there, but dealing with a little bit bigger injury. He's probably next in line, and somewhere in the middle of that is Benson, who is skating now and feeling a lot better. So, it's an opportunity for us now winning these last 2 games, and we've got a couple more home games here to put something together.
Lindy Ruff with us on the Western Hotline. Sticking with last night's game for a little longer, Lindy. Shutting down McDavid in that game, for him to play almost 24 minutes, it's only 1 shot on goal. How did you feel like your team's effort was overall? And were you thinking matchups against him? Like, it's not often that you play a game that complete, especially against him.
Yeah, no. He really is a dynamic player, and we knew we'd have to try to make sure that we took his speed away. For matchup-wise, for the most part, he saw a lot of the Kozak line with Greenway and Krebs. So, tough matchup. I thought, we bumped him a few times. I thought Krebs had a good hit on him. When he did try to get away from us, I thought we did a great job staying inside. We didn't let pucks go through us. And for the most part, the opportunities that we were going to give him were from the outside. So a really good job by our guys while he was on the ice.
Sabres head coach Lindy Ruff. Lindy, we talked with Paul a little bit earlier about Tage playing center and conversations you and he had before about this, whether he's better on the wing or better at center. And these last couple of games, like as he's moved there out of necessity, it feels like there's maybe added elements to his game. I wonder what you feel about the decision about where he should be long term.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even think we have to make a decision. I think short term here, just leave him in the middle. If he's going as well as he's gone here the last 2 or 3 games, I think we've changed a little bit of structure, which has helped him. But out of necessity, putting him back in the middle, he has done a good job for us. Skating wise, skating well. I think when you go back and look at, how successful he was on the right side, playing with, two lefties with, a left-handed centerman there for a long period with Kulik and then a left-handed winger with Benson. The puck a lot of times will work his way to the right side. I have no problem if he continues down this path, just leaving him there. When Norris comes back, he could assume the number 2 spot, and we'll make that. That's a great problem to have. I hope he continues playing the way he does, and we just leave him in the middle.
Yeah, last couple games he's looked aggressive too, right? I mean, the Detroit game, Lindy, him 3-on-3. I mean, you haven't gotten results as a team yet this season in 3-on-3 overtime. To get that play from him, and then also Samuelsson on the ice. He's not someone we've seen a lot in his career play 3-on-3. That was 2 defensemen out there, right, when the goal went in?
Correct. It's a look that we've talked about. Obviously we've struggled 3-on-3. We've given up some big opportunities that have allowed the other team to win games, which has been frustrating. And as a coaching group, we've talked about maybe the odd time going with 2 defensemen. We've got some really mobile defensemen. When you look at Samuelsson is mobile. He's been playing extremely well. You got Byram, you got Power. We've got some pieces back there that can move up and down the ice and defend probably better than 2 forwards. So just kind of went with a hunch there, and Sammy came up big for us, put one in the back of the net, and it was a big extra point for us after clawing our way back in that game in Detroit.
What about Dahlin being back these last 2 games, Lindy? Like, would you say the group is rejuvenated at all, just even having his presence?
Yeah, I think you look at it, you put a defenseman of that capability back in your lineup, and it has definitely made a difference. And you got to give him a lot of credit. He's flown back and forth to Sweden and gone through an emotional period of time, but he's definitely added a big boost to our club, and it showed up. I think it showed up in both games for us. He's made a lot of good plays. Our power play scored a couple goals since him being back, and he's a dynamic player that can be a game changer.
Lindy with us. And in goal right now, so it's Colton Ellis, 3 of the last 4 games, played very well last night, especially only allowing the 1. How do you this is the first time I think you've consistently been dealing with maybe a 3-goalie trio like this. How do you feel like it's going? And are you just kind of, is it just too simplified to say you're just kind of riding the hot hand here?
Yeah, I don't think it's any more than that. I really like Ellis's puck play, which has helped us, kind of settle things down our own end. He's broke the puck out pretty well for us on some of the situations where teams have dumped it in, and he's controlling it. A real good puck player. And he's made big saves at key times. I don't think it's a comfortable situation for any of us, for myself as a coach, for the 3 goaltenders. They all want to play. But it's just a little bit right now where he's been able to get the job done, get us wins, and we're giving him an opportunity to play more.
Is it the type of situation where you could see it being 3 goalies all year? Maybe in a best case scenario, all 3 perform, and that's where you're at? Or do you feel like maybe at some point there's resolution on who the 2 would be?
No, I think right now we just look at it short term. We've got 3. You really don't know where it's going to go. I think, UPL has dealt with an injury for the most part for this part of the season and through the end of training camp. And you don't know if that is going to reappear again or if that is completely gone. So it's just been something that he's been dealing with. So, we'll take it game by game. We want to keep all 3 guys ready. And, I think we've seen with injuries, things can change instantly with the way guys have gone in and came out of the lineup.
Sabres head coach Lindy Ruff joining us in the Western Hotline ahead of next up is Calgary, and the Sabres homestand continues after beating Edmonton last night. Lindy, thanks very much for the time, and best of luck for the rest of the homestand.
You're welcome. Thanks, gentlemen.
Lindy Ruff. Win over Edmonton. That McDavid guy, right? Edmonton's got 2 more wins than the Sabres. Sabres have 2 games in hand. They're not that far apart. The league is like
I mean,
this.
the West is much more spread out right now than the East is. I mean, because Calgary is really what makes it look that way. That there's an 8-point gap from the last playoff spot to last in the West, and there's only a 4-point gap in the East. I mean, 4 points back, but you've got every team to climb over.
Yeah.
So, a lot of time to go, though.
A lot of work to do.
About a fourth of the way through the year.
Yeah? 20 games in?
Yeah, 19 games, 18 points. I mean, you got to make up for that pace at some point. But, again, I don't know how good they are because we have not seen the lineup, really.
Yeah, Norris is, like, I feel like we played this game during the offseason. Remember Josh Norris?
Yeah,
if he comes back,
keep playing it.
If he comes back, could he fundamentally change what they are? He's their highest paid forward, and we still haven't seen them with him.
Right.
So I guess I'm just I'm waiting for something about the Sabres to feel any different at all. Does that make sense? Every year, we are in the blending of everything feeling the same. Every season feels the same. They dig into a hole, and now this one is, if you want to tell me it's because of injuries primarily, I think I might even agree. But I'm just waiting for something to feel the least bit different.
They're not, you're saying, they're not, even though injuries have happened, they don't necessarily deserve the benefit of the doubt to just assume, they'd be in a spot right now if they were healthy.
I certainly don't want to do the thing where they missed the playoffs by 7 points and we say, well, if they didn't get hurt, they would have made it.
Right.
That's right. Like last year's team, well, if they didn't have a 13-game losing streak, they would have been a playoff team. Like, right.
When you get to that level, it's ridiculous.
Well, that's true of any team. Take any team's worst 13-game stretch out. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a GM change, a hiring of a president of hockey operations. Winning games on a Monday against Edmonton is good, and beating Chicago and Calgary, if they rattle off some wins and kind of get back in the mix, that would be good. I don't think it's out of control or whatever, out of reasonability to think they could. Just kind of waiting for anything to make it feel live again. And we really do get desperate for anything. The last time it really felt like that was probably when Levi was here and the year they just missed. It really felt, you could feel it.
Yep.
And it's been so long since being able to feel that. And we've got that stretch run, the 10-game win streak at the start of the season. And that's really
it. In 14 years.
It's really been so hard to get to feel anything. Never mind, well, they're this many games out, and I've got a website up. I tell you about it all the time, lindys5.com. Well, they get 6 out of 10 points. And how about something that actually feels, this is going to be too big of a leap here, the way that the Bills' offense made us feel.
Sure.
Sometimes they score 40 points, and we think, and other times they score 40 points, and we are pounding our chest.
Yeah.
And for the Sabres,
well, that's what made 2 years ago different. Or is it 3 years ago now? 3 years ago,
they were scoring points.
It wasn't just the results were coming in.
They were super entertaining.
It was different in that look how much they're scoring.
Yeah.
It's like, look how fast and offensive they are. It looked different. That might be the biggest counter to, well, what would feel different if they were healthy? I'm not sure you would see anything. I mean, the way this team is built, what would it be? It would be, man, teams just can't score against them. It would be like last night would be like, if it wasn't just like a one-off, if they had been healthy through to this point, and then they shut down McDavid and the Oilers, like, this is one of the best defensive teams in hockey. Like, maybe you could go off that. It's not as fun and exciting and sexy as what they would have been when they were first in the league in scoring. But I guess that's the best you could do. It would be if they show for like a month or 2 months that you're just not going to be able to score in this team. That's the best I could do, because they are not going to be up and down the ice like it was a few years back.
Right.